All right, we're back with part 3 here with Emmanuel Matadi, Troy Pollard, and Elvion Bailey. This is an all-camp Triple Crown podcast. I don't always, I try to be fair and put other people on the show from, other camps and other parts of the world, and not just always give my dues to shine. But today it's about us. So we're talking about 4x1 teams, and Troy picked his team. He had Asafa Powell that first leg, Justin Gatlin that second leg, Walter Dix third leg, and Mo Green, the GOAT, on anchor. So we're going to go over to my man, Elvion Bailey. So,
See that pen, man.
I'll go get another pen. Y'all talk.
All right. Let's see what you got for E.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and, put Roger that at first leg. Then I'm going to go ahead, second. I'm going to go ahead and put my man Carl Lewis at second leg. Then I'm going to go ahead and put, you already know, Gay on that third. Then I'm going to let the, gold spikes bring it home. Michael Johnson. So,
All right.
hey.
So we got, what's that?
Roger.
Mike Rogers popping off to Carl Lewis to
Gay.
to Tyson Gay on third to
Michael Johnson
on anchor leg. That's Elvion Bailey's team. Now we're going over to Emmanuel Matadi. He has Bolt, Johan, Nesta Carter, all Jamaican team.
All Jamaican team.
All Jamaican team.
I love them.
Put together by an African. If y'all didn't know that, Africans don't really like Americans so much. I think that's why he didn't put one American on his team.
All right, let's see. First leg,
But nobody put up
I'm
Justin
gonna put Mullins, Steve Mullins first
Steve
leg.
Mullins popping.
Second leg, Bolt. Third leg, Nesta Carter. Anchor, Johan.
He did that fast. So, okay. So,
Yeah, go ahead and do a set.
y'all go ahead and, put your 2 cents in there and let us know what y'all think about those teams. If they left anybody off that you feel like, dang, how can they ain't put old boy on? So let me go ahead and get my 2 cents on. I'm going to match up leg for leg and be as honest as I possibly can be and give y'all a realistic evaluation on who I think would win this. And I'm going to do a couple of bullshit things like take into consideration like Carl Lewis didn't have the technology that we have now, the supplementation or even the training knowledge. Like coaches know more now. So the athletes, like nobody picked Donovan Bailey though.
I was thinking about putting him.
I'd have picked Donovan Bailey over Steve Mullins.
For real?
Yeah.
Mullins got past PR though.
He got to pass a PR, but and he got a hot test that come with that motherfucker.
Bailey? Bailey pissed hot?
Yeah, everybody feels hot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, we named
my
y'all.
team.
Anyway, so first leg. Let's see who's going to win the battle of the first legs. So, Troy, who you got popping off again? Asafa first leg. E, who you got popping?
Roger that.
Roger that. Mike Rogers. And Matadi, you have?
I had Steve Mullins.
Steve Mullins. Okay, just being honest, let me give y'all my breakdown of these 3 dudes. 2 of them are still competing, so that's good. We can kind of compare what they do. Asafa Powell at first leg, just raw ability and starting ability, I think he's the best starter on this list. So he's got an edge right there alone. However, his curve running ability is good. None of these dudes are horrible curve runners. But the caveat and the thing that I'm going to have to get on Asafa about is he's never won a major championship, anything. Like Asafa is the king of small competition. I mean, he's fast as shit. Don't get me wrong. I ain't hating on Asafa. The dude is one of the greatest of all time. But he's got a tendency to kind of choke up like Matadi does at major championship races. So I think at a race like this, if he was the all-time, 4-ball, I think Asafa wouldn't give us his best performances. Mike Rogers, huge, phenomenal talent, and up and coming. You never know what he's going to do. This guy can run with anybody in the world on any given day. However, he's a victim of the times. Like, I guess he's going to kind of go down in history as one of those dudes like, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but John Drummond, Otto Bolden, like one of the greats, but never won anything. Like, he's just not a champion. You know what I mean? Like, what does he have, like, titles-wise? Because he's just around. He's a part of an era where you have Johan, Bolt, Tyson, Gat. Like, these are the greatest runners to ever touch the track. If Mike Rogers was around, 10, 15 years ago, he'd have had an era of some time to shine. But then again, he had to go up against Mo. But it wasn't as deep.
Right.
Kind of like John Drummond and Otto. Like, those dudes was great runners, but some historic dudes, like all-time greats in that era. So,
But you're also talking about individually, though. You're talking about relay.
but that's all we can go off of. Is how they do it. We're going to put their individual stuff when they put on relay. Mike Rogers ever been on a gold medal 4x1 team? Which one?
Been
World champ.
world champ?
World Champs US one? Which year?
Probably.
Are you gonna
I'm
beat
not
Jamaica?
sure. But he's been on.
It was like 2
he's
years
been on a
ago.
couple.
Huh?
They beat Jamaica.
What year?
About 2013.
Yeah, when
I know they won one. I can't remember the year. So Mike Rogers, that's my thing on him. Steve Mullins, hot runner, up and down on that list. Got some issues without it. So definitely the person at the biggest disadvantage at this point, I'm gonna say that I give the fewest points. We're gonna do it on a grading scale. So we're gonna give 1 point, 2 points to the winner, 1 point to second place, and 0 points to third. So for the first round, first leg battle, I'm gonna have to go with 0 points to Steve Mullins at first leg. There's no advantage in having him at first leg against these dudes. I just don't see him beating Mike Rogers or Asafa on that
I
leg.
see Steve Mullins being Mike Rogers.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. Like, if you look at the range of their work and how long they did what they did, Mike Rogers, dog, he came from a small program and he kind of just worked his way up to where he is right now. Like, he's consistent and he's been consistently getting better and being. Steve Mullins had a year or two that he went super hot. That's why. You know what I mean? So Steve Mullins, I'm giving that's no points.
Okay.
And then Asafa Powell, I'm gonna say off of the longevity of his career and being one of the greatest. Like, he's a former world record holder. He's a former world record holder. You gotta respect that. And we all know, anybody gonna argue that any of these dudes got a better start than him? So I'm gonna say the 2 points goes to Asafa, and that 1 point goes to Mike Rogers. He's the second. So you got Asafa at 1, Rogers at 2, and Steve Mullins at 3 on that one. So second leg. We're gonna start with you, Toddy. Who your second? Bolt. Who's your second leg? Carl Lewis. And Troy, who's your second leg?
Gat.
All right, so, I mean, let's just start with what's obvious. Bolt's the fastest man of all time. So, without even doing all the hip-hop chip-chop, we got to give the 2-point favorite to the fastest man of all time. You know what I mean? Because Carl Lewis, as great as he is, there's still a whole lot of controversy on what happened back then, blah, blah. But he ran good times. Them times just ain't stacking up now. If he had the technology and coaching that these guys had today, maybe he would be Bolt. But from what we know, what we can go off of, Bolt is going to definitely be 2 points. So I got to give Toddy 2 points for Bolt on that list. Now it just comes to who do you think is superior on second leg between Justin Gatlin and Carl Lewis. I'm going to personally say I'd give that edge to Justin Gatlin because Carl Lewis was always stretched thin. So we don't really know what he was capable of doing. This dude always ran the 200s at meets. He'd long jumped at meets. And his times just aren't as fast. And some of them hot times, it's like he didn't even, at his best, with what happened with Ben Johnson, which surprisingly nobody put on their relay teams, Ben Johnson beat him.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, that was his rival of his day. I would say it was Ben Johnson. And then prior to those 2 Olympic Games when Carl came up, he didn't have a long reign. Like, he kind of came around the right time, and we made a star of him. But if you really look back at the lineage of Carl Lewis, he didn't have a long reign on top. So you look at Gatlin beating Bolt, and then last year with Bolt, he still had the top 5 times in the world against the greatest runner of all time is available. And Bolt was available to run last year, and Gatlin still had 5 times faster than everything. Forget titles and everything else, Gatlin ran faster than his nemesis.
Yeah.
And he's beat his nemesis head up. Can't say the same thing for Carl Lewis. So I'm going to say Gatlin is 1 point, and Carl Lewis is 0. I know I'm going to get some motherfucking hate mail on that shit. But it's just honest.
That's your personal opinion.
But yeah, it's my opinion. It ain't no fact, but it's like last year alone, Gatlin had the 5 fastest times on the planet.
Right.
Bolt did not. And Bolt is the greatest sprinter of all time. This dude ran faster than the fastest man of all time. So I'm still giving Bolt the 2 because he's Bolt, but got to get a point for that.
Yeah.
So that's that. Third leg, we're going to start with UE. Who's your third leg?
Tyson Gay.
Tyson Gay.
Excellent curve runner.
Troy, who's your third leg?
I forgot who I said.
Walter Dix.
Yeah, Dix.
And then Toddy, your third.
Nesta.
Who?
Nesta
Carter.
Nesta Carter.
Okay. I'm going to keep this one short because this one is very obvious to me. Nesta Carter he's got better PBs than both of them in the 100, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, but the 100s are straightaway.
Yeah.
So.
But he got a good 200 too, though.
He's got a phenomenal 200,
Yeah.
but them two don't. See what I'm getting at already?
Yeah.
And then you just look at champions. Nesta Carter is a champion at anything ever?
Nah.
He's a phenomenal relay guy. He had a hot race or two, but he ain't never won anything. There's no points for Nesta Carter. I'm sorry. I can't give you points for Nesta Carter, dog.
Who else? Who you had?
Walter Dix.
And who you had?
Tyson Gage.
I respect Tyson. Walter.
Was the man in college.
Yeah, in college. he
Like,
was.
he's
College.
arguably one of the greatest,
Time, though.
if not the greatest collegiate sprinter, but he's a champion. You got to always respect titles and times. And that dude has individual success. And we're talking about a curve. So, yeah, was it a coin flip for me between the two of them? Yeah, but somebody look up you can look at PBs up, and Walter is a winner. He's a winner. He's a champ, dog. So, Tyson, flat out, it's an easy call for me to say that Tyson Gay is 2 points over both of them dudes. If you match them up head to head, and if you put all them in their prime, and if you showed 100 track and field fans, you said, which one of them do you want? I'm going to say 80% of them, especially if it's Jamaicans, you know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
But if it's just a very neutral crowd, 80% of them people are going to want Tyson.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So Tyson's a 2-pointer on that one. Walter, he's longevity as well, man, and he's a winner. So he's a 1-pointer on that one. Yeah, it could be a coin toss.
1953.
Who that?
Dix.
Dix is 1953. What's Nesta Carter's 200?
988. No.
2025.
Huh?
2025.
See, it's not even close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Walter Dix's 200-meter times are significantly better than Nesta. So you got to respect. And Tyson, I'm giving him that.
1958.
They're both 19.5 dudes versus a 20. They're almost a second faster than him. You still want to argue, Toddy?
Then why Tyson get more points than Dix then?
Because he ran 9.6?
He ran 9. Nesta ran 978.
He ran 9.8.
969.
Yeah. but
988.
He accomplished.
they're on a curve, though.
And then he got a faster 200 time, so I think Dix could have that 2 points.
Over Tyson?
1953.
Like I said,
Who's more reliable?
who you want? If you would take Walter Dix over Tyson?
Yes.
You just want to win? Is that why you're lying to me
I like
right
the
now?
Seminoles. I like Florida State.
Okay, I get it. You're biased. And I'm going to get hate mail. People going to inbox me like, hey, dog, how you do this? Why you do that? Because it's my shit. It's my show.
Go Nose.
Go Knowles. Walter Dix gets 1 point. Just be happy you got a point. Nesta Carter's 200-meter time just ain't.
Yep.
He's on a curve, dog. Maybe if you put him on a straightaway, we'd have a different argument right now. Maybe you made a coaching mistake, Matati. Maybe that's why Africa doesn't have any gold medals in the 4x1. Because coaching mistakes. Anchor leg. Who you got, Toddy? Johan Blake. E, who's your anchor leg?
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. And Troy, who is your anchor leg? Maurice Green.
Yeah.
This one's going to be hard for me because Mo has a special place in my heart because as a young kid, that was the dude. Like, he's the one that got me in this sport.
Let's just go off of all PBs.
We go off PBs. That's simple.
Johan.
But I'm
60 PBs.
Huh?
Let's go off 60 PBs.
But it's not I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. That's why I would personally, if I were you, I would have had Maurice Green pop off. He ran 6:39, dog. That's a starter. And he's the GOAT. I'd have just had him run a long-ass first leg. You'd have been in front from the beginning. Give it to Gat. Bolt ain't running down Gat. You know what I mean? He's not going to run him down with that kind of lead. Especially you already see he ran faster than him last year. That could have been your argument. Like, Maurice going to put you in the front. Gat going to keep you in the front. Who going to walk down Walter Dix on the curve? Tyson can't walk him because they about what and what. Nesta Carter don't run good curves like that because you see his 200-meter time. So you're still in the lead until your anchor leg is a Safa. A Safa's a 9'7" dude. Who's walking it? Your team wins with that setup that way. But coaching errors. So Maurice Green, I'm going to be real simple and honest. I'm going to give him the points, and then I'm going to explain why. Maurice Green, I give 1.2. Johan Blake, I give 2 points to. And Michael Johnson, I give 0 points to. So,
Hold on. You got to think realistic. Think about the relay. All right, if it goes away, plans. All right, by the time you get third leg, they're going to all be even. But whose third
All
leg?
right, watch this.
Whose third leg is gonna be stronger?
So check. According to you, by the time it gets to third leg, all y'all teams are even. The way
Just
it's set up
about.
right now.
Just about.
So you see Mike Rogers and Asafa. Technically, it can go either way with these guys.
Yeah.
Let's say they all get a baton off even on first leg, which I give you. Carl Lewis is going to get blown out the water by Bolton Gat.
I wouldn't say blown.
They're going to beat him by 0.2 of a second.
I'll say a little bit, but not blown.
They beat him by 0.1 of a second. So now your team's back.
Yeah.
Okay?
They're still in it.
They're still in it. Third leg, Walter Dix puts his team back in front of yours because Walter Dix is superior to. No, you got Tyson Gay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tyson Gay puts you a little bit in the front,
Exactly.
allegedly, right? So now you have Johan Blake, who ran what 9.6 something. 9.6. Johan ran 9.6, didn't he? 9.60. So I think 9.65. And you got Maurice Green. Do you remember that time that Michael Johnson, they had that $1 million race, and he had to race Donovan Bailey?
Got smoked.
And he got smoked, and he faked that hamstring. He tried to run a shorter sprint. Michael Johnson is a beast. I'd have put him on a curve because he's a 200, 400 guy. You know, I'd have put him on third leg if I were you. But anchor leg on a straightaway against Johan, who ran 9.65.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This dude, he got rolled up by a dude who ran 9.85. That
I
dude's
think
2/10 of a.
I think he could hold it off.
I don't, man. I see Johan.
Even if it's just a
he's not. He's
a
not.
tenth of a second, he can.
Dude,
hold
what
it
do you
off.
think Michael Johnson's 60 meter would have been? 6'6"? He ain't. I can't see Michael Johnson going 6'5".
No.
Can you see him going 6'5"? I mean, he's.
If that was his event,
I don't think so. If he could have, he would have.
I like him to go 6'5".
You think Michael Johnson could have ran 6'5"?
I think he could win.
No.
Hell no.
Armin Hall just went 6'63".
What does that have to do
I'm
with
saying,
Michael Johnson?
no. My whole thing
Shout
is
out
like,
to the Gators.
No, I'm saying I see him being a lot faster than him.
Yeah.
You see Michael Johnson being a lot faster than Armin Hall.
Yes.
Yes.
In his 60 meters.
Yes.
Yes.
What's Armin Hall's 100 meter PB?
100,
Probably like 10.
10, 20.
It's not bad. But if Michael Johnson is, let's say he's a 9-second 100 guy, like he ran 9.9, which we don't. I wish somebody knows his 100-second time. Let me know. But he's a 2.4 guy. All we know him for is 200 and 400.
Like I hear what Bailey's saying though. He said he can hold them off.
Hold off Johan Blake and Maurice Green. Dog, he couldn't hold off Donovan Bailey. Donovan Bailey gave that dude the business.
He got hurt though.
Allegedly, he got.
I like him to go like 6'6".
This is what I mean. He'll hold.
like
If it's a 4x2, I hear you all day long. He don't. Michael Johnson. Like,
set
listen.
up because of my third leg. Tyson Gay will get them in the league. He'll get them in the league.
Man, y'all gonna be getting smoked by my team.
Look, Tyson Gay been running third leg for the U.S. how many years now? Twice. 2 major championships he's run third leg on, right? I don't think they beat Jamaica either one of those times. He didn't make he ran third leg against Johan, and Johan neutralized him. This is the truth. Johan neutralized him, dog. I see if Michael Johnson gets this is what I see the race going like. Johan gets to stick maybe a step or a step and a half ahead of Johan. Johan closes that distance in 3 or 4 steps. But it's not like he's going to keep pulling off on him. He's going to accelerate better than him because he's a short sprinter, and it's going to stay where it's at. He's going to catch him, go by him, and Michael Johnson is going to start wheeling him in and being able to maintain towards the 70, 80 meter mark. But he's running. By the time he would be legitimately able to threaten him, the race is over. And you up
10:09.
who?
Michael Johnson.
He got a PB 0.4 of a second damn near slower, dog. He's not a 100-meter dude like that. I don't see him on that relay being. That's why. See 0 points against them dudes. Maurice Green.
I know what I should do. I'll give you. Yeah.
Do you take back that's not going 6'5" though?
I still don't say. He
Okay,
ran 10.09.
all right, so
He ran 10.09, bro. That's.
yeah, I give him that. You're right about that. All right. Okay, so
He might be able to do it if he trained and focused on the 60. Then yes, but the Michael Johnson that's on his relay team is not running 6.5. Call me out on it. Anybody could call whatever. Michael Johnson couldn't run no 6.5 60. 6'6" low, hell yeah, but he's not a 6'5" dude.
So who's getting that relay? Who's taking it?
Who I say would win?
Yeah.
With this setup right now, like I just think a lot of y'all put y'all people in the wrong
that's what I
place.
was gonna
And I don't
say.
feel like Steve Mullins. Shout out to Steve. He's a JUCO dude. Know him from Bart. Know him for a long time. But I don't even think he deserved to be on that list. This team, the way I see it right now, those legs are about even. I could see that your team slightly being ahead, or just depending on who had the good race that day. Then on this leg, I can see it being fairly close between these two teams, depending on who has a good day. Walter Dix versus Nesta, he's going to be slightly ahead. I think Matati's team will win. I think the team made up of Steve Mullins, Bolt, Nestor Carter, and the all Jamaican team. Sad to say,
Can we add an alternate?
I think this team will get second, and I think.
What about in an optimal?
I think your team will get third, dog. I think the team with Rodgers, Carl Lewis, Tyson, and
What
Michael
about
Jordan.
a different order though? If you can put them in an order that a legit coach will put them in, who will win?
A legit coach put these people in order? I would have.
Not the USA team.
I'd have Nestor Carter pop off on Matadi's team. I'd have Bolt on anchor. I'd have Johan on second. Steve Mullins on third. I'd have this team. Actually, the way E did his team, the only thing I would change Tyson Gay and Michael Johnson, because Tyson Gay, I could see him at his best when he ran. He's in 9-6 shape. He can neutralize Maurice. Maurice, and Johan any given day. You know what I mean? Any given day, them dudes. And I see Michael Johnson smashing Nestor Carter and Walter Dix on third leg. That would put Tyson in front of them and hold him. Carl Lewis is Carl Lewis. You know what I mean? So you're looking at Mike Rodgers can give him a lead over these two guys. And then you have Carl Lewis probably losing a step, but Tyson giving it back. I mean, Michael Johnson giving that step back easily with Tyson holding it. A lot of this had to do with the order he put him in. But yeah, man,
Fairly even there.
It's just these athletes and track and field. I mean, it's a lot of debatable stuff on here, but let's just how I scored it. Let's see who wins according to the score. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5 for Troy. That's what many points you scored. E scored 3 points. Oh shit, Toddy, your team lost because you got 2 zeros.
Yeah, 4.
You got 4 points. So 4, 3, so your team won based on our scoring system.
Let's go. This boy's talking about. Shout out FAMU in the building. Track boys. We out here.
We already know what happened. What's up with your 4x4?
Well, stop one.
Y'all want to do a 4x4?
I'm gonna pick first.
I'm gonna really check y'all track knowledge. Y'all couldn't even name. We gonna a women's 4x4.
No.
Exactly. See how sexist these motherfuckers are?
I'm not.
Y'all don't know women. Y'all can't think of women 400 meter runs.
I can think of like U.S. ladies, but I ain't.
I'm good on that. Let's do the men. Hey, US got a lot of good.
I like saying Rich. That's my favorite though. She fine too.
Like, as far
That might
as-
be my track crush. I lie.
Sonny Richards.
Yes.
I don't think you're gonna be able to smash Sonny though. That's out of the books for you. She's married to
I'm
a
not
lovely.
sure.
She has
I
a
wasn't
lovely
trying to
husband.
smash. That's just my crush.
Oh, just your. I get it. I guess I took it somewhere it shouldn't have
Yeah,
went.
you did. I got a girlfriend too.
Nah, I don't know. I'm viewing it on a whole different scale because with last year having U.S. championship.
Thank you.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed me
yeah.
the wrong way. I was all team, Richards, but
What happened? She got smoke.
nah.
She didn't make the team, and then she made the team.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
girl
no,
Kiara
I
Haynes.
didn't say I don't want her on my team or anything. I said she's my favorite.
Kiara Haynes, dog. Like, what happened to her? She made the team, but didn't make the team.
She ain't popular.
That was my first. I'll say I don't give a shit. That was my first time not rooting for the U.S. team. Like, I wanted them to lose that 4x4.
Who'd you root for?
Anybody to beat them. Like, I was fucked up. Like, you got this girl. She went to a D2, right? Mm-hmm. And they talking about they didn't put on her team. It was all kind of bullshit excuses about her not having experience. But it's like, how's she gonna ever get experience if when she makes teams, you don't let her run and get? Like I was telling you made the team. Time to get experience. She ran fast enough. Then they gonna go with the whole sign. Like, she wasn't even running fast, dog. She didn't do nothing impressive. Like, oh, what she did. Like, why do you have trials if you're not gonna honor the places that people come in? That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna have the meet, you better hey, I'm not running for nothing. So yeah. So men's 4x4, y'all wanna do that?
Yes.
So since Troy, you won the 4x1 challenge, you get to pick first. First leg. Not your first leg, but first draft.
Michael Johnson.
All right, nigga.
Michael Johnson.
I got second.
You got second.
Let me get Butch Reynolds.
Oh! Butch.
Harry.
E, you got 2 in a row. You can pick 2 in a row.
I got Warner and what's his name? What's his name?
Where you from? Grenada?
South Africa.
You Googling?
South Africa.
What? No.
He Googling. He Googling.
No, I know who. South Africa. What's his name? I can't pronounce his
The
name.
nigga with no legs.
No.
The black nigga?
The new,
You want Oscar
the new
Pistorius?
dude. No, he talking about a new dude. He just dropped that heat.
won.
I know who you're talking
The young
about.
boy.
Yeah, I don't remember his
I
name.
don't know his name either.
No, that's not him. That's somebody else.
Now I was looking up women's times too. So
What?
I was looking up women. I thought we was doing women.
Damn, what's his name? The South African cat.
Givenchy.
I don't know what is his name. He ran like
This dude, I'm already telling you, you're already at disadvantage with him on your team. We don't even know his name. You know what I mean? Like,
He beat Karani James and LaShawn Merritt.
he didn't beat. He ain't better than Karani James. You take him over Karani James in his prime?
He's better than Dave.
Exactly. He beat him.
He's in his prime.
That's already his pick.
I'm talking about his
Just
fast.
pick, like, come on.
He's not.
Is it my turn? My go?
It's Toddy turn.
My turn? Karani.
That's all I'm saying. Who got a better PB between them two dudes? We're taking everybody in their primes. You know what I mean? Karate for Toddy.
He does.
His PB faster than Karate?
Yeah, 43-48.
All right.
Passed out after that thing, too.
But Troy.
Merritt.
Wade Van Niekerk.
That's fuck.
Wade Van Niekerk.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. That's what I was thinking.
All right. Wade Van Niekerk, whatever.
Yeah.
Troy.
Merritt.
Oh, LaShawn. You got two.
Since I'm a real nigga, and I like 400, 800 runners. I'm gonna take it back to get my Cuban buddy Alberto Monterino. He run 4 and 8 in the same Olympics.
I've never heard of this dude.
I know what you're talking about.
What do you run? What do you run?
I don't know. He's live. I don't know his time. I know he won
What's his
4
name?
and 8. Alberto Monterino. He live. I think I showed you the video of that nigga before.
I'm finna win.
Toddy.
My turn? I get two? Or just...
No, you're in the middle.
Yeah, let me get let me get Quincy Watts.
Just a good old school. You got the cash running in leather spikes.
What you run? You ran 40-30 something?
Quincy
40-38 or something like that.
Watts.
I
E.
got one more for you.
You got two in a row.
I got two in a row. Damn. Y'all good dudes taking, really?
Shit.
Go old school.
So you gotta go old school, dog. You gotta just think about cats like Darrell Williamson. He got a goal at Baylor NCAA's. He's fucking beast of a 4x4 dude. What? I took that was yours.
Yeah,
That's what you were going to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah. Okay.
I ain't gonna be.
I got him, what you just said. Williamson and Chris Brown, Bahamas.
Chris Brown and Darrell Williamson. Toddy, he stole your pick.
Because he actually stole my pick with Quincy Watts.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
You didn't know that. Let me get Lee Evans.
I think I was just finna say that this nigga's a whole ass nigga. If I said it on camera.
Hey, that's his team. Who's your last dude?
Buddy from Deion Leandor or whatever.
Deion Leandor.
That was a good
New school cat.
Forgot all about it.
All right, so y'all listen to this.
She was Chambers, but shit.
We getting ready to go off. So y'all listen to these teams. You know, give me the feedback. Let me know what team you think would win. We got Michael Johnson, LaShawn Merritt, Alberto
Juan
Torino of Cuba, and Deion Lindor. We have Butch Reynolds, Karani James, Quincy Watts, and Lee Evans. And on the other team, there is Jeremy Warner,
Wade Van
Niekerk to South Africa, Chris Brown, and Darrell Williamson. So those are the relay teams. Shout us out. Leave your comments, your messages. We're not going to talk about that one. We're going to leave it up to y'all to decide which one of them 4x teams will win. We out. Say peace.
Peace.